did not expect this courtyard to be so full. I guess Top Dog is a big draw, huh? Anyway, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm so happy that so many friends, family, other alumni donors are here today to celebrate with everyone today. This wonderful gift that we've been able to make to Berkeley would not be possible without your support and collaboration. So we thank all of you for making today possible. Look, it's no surprise that Berkeley holds a very special place in my heart. You know, Dean had a wonderful introduction, but I wanted to kind of tell the story myself a little bit, which is that 19 years ago, I was accepted at Berkeley, and I still remember my heart pounding as I walked to that mailbox, slowly opened it, saw the thick envelope inside. Remember that? Luckily, it wasn't the Oscars night. It was the right envelope, and so I happily filled out the acceptance and mailed it off. A few months later, my father and I went to Cal Day together, which is the open house on campus. But we had a much heavier heart then. My father had lost a job that he had worked at for over a decade. We were devastated, and we didn't know how we would pay for the next 4 years at Berkeley. Our family was struggling to make ends meet even before the job loss. That day, we wandered into the financial aid office at Sproul Hall. We were able to get a meeting with a counselor who took a special interest in our case, and we worked with him that day and over the next several weeks to rework the financial package to take into account our new financial situation. I'll be honest, that was a life-changing event for me. That aid enabled me the freedom to initially explore multiple areas of study and also enabled a study abroad in my junior year. These were absolutely essential to my overall education here at Cal and then eventually coming into the business school as well. I wouldn't have had those experiences if I had to worry about every single penny coming into Cal. Today, Berkeley itself is in a tough financial situation. Meanwhile, as one of the leading public universities in the world, about a third of the undergraduates come from households with incomes less than $45,000 a year. In fact, Berkeley serves about as many students experiencing financial challenges as all of the Ivy Leagues combined.
This brings us to the first reason Kevin and I are making this gift to the university. We believe strongly that high-quality public education plays a critical part in the upward mobility of families. As you just heard, Kevin's story exemplifies this firsthand, and we're proud to do whatever we can now to support future generations of students of all backgrounds, experiences, and walks of life. Specifically, we hope this gift enables more students to benefit from the wonderful education here at Haas by increasing classroom space by about a third. Secondly, we are firm believers that the complexity of our new world calls for innovative, interdisciplinary approaches to problem solving. We believe that physical space, when designed as thoughtfully as this new building has been, can naturally facilitate collaboration between students. A wonderful example of this that we heard about earlier is this new program called Management, Education, and Technology that crosses business and CS to prepare students to step directly into leadership roles within Silicon Valley. Thirdly, we are incredibly proud to share Haas's commitment to diversity and female leadership with a nearly 50-50 split in undergraduate enrollment. Among Haas MBAs, women have hit an all-time high of 43% enrollment. We believe one key solution to the gender gap in leadership, in executive leadership, is to augment the top of the funnel and support as many talented, ambitious women in accessing the very best education and networks right at the outset of their careers, such as here at Haas.
There's one last hope that I'll talk about for our gift here today. During my senior year at Haas, a common topic was career aspirations. I remember one late night working in the B of A atrium. Many students started talking about the recruiting season and that we'd be lucky to land a coveted banking or consulting gig and slowly work our way up the ladder. We could not have imagined that we might be executives or change makers shortly after coming out of college. So I was struck a few years later when I was speaking to students at a school across the bay at a venture capital event. Many of the students I met that day spoke of following in the footsteps of Jerry Yang or Phil Knight to become CEOs and founders, and they wanted to do this pretty soon after graduating from school. Now this anecdotal, but this contrast in student aspirations there and at other private schools I've experienced left a deep mark. From my own experiences, I can attest that many of the most talented people, most hardworking that I've ever collaborated with were Berkeley grads. Beyond that, fighting one's way through the competition at Berkeley fosters a unique grit that makes Berkeley grads ideal for entrepreneurship as well as becoming future leaders. We all remember those rec classes that were graded on curves, right? In a way, buildings reflect the values of an institution, and I believe influences the aspirations of the student body. We hope that this new hall, both through its design and all of the alumni that have contributed and made it possible, will encourage students to take bigger risks and tackle hairy problems that our society faces today. We are committed to further supporting this mission by continuing to participate actively in this community, and we hope that many of the accomplished Cal alumni here in this audience and future alumni will join us in that commitment. Connie and I are both committed to spending our time, our energy, our capital to work with the next generation of leaders, especially in these times where our political, academic, and business leaders need to do more to educate and to bring together people from all walks of life together. We hope that the education and collaboration that will happen in this building will serve a greater public good. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here today. And we look forward to celebrating with all of you and enjoying some wonderful food. Thank you.
Before we conclude today, I want to thank Carol and Steve and